Learning a language, in my opinion and in my experience, it's not about how to calculate the hours that you put the effort. It's about your motivation, about the why. You want to explore the culture, you want to develop another identity, another personality, or you want to just discover the different perspective, or even just wanted to try to see what's your limits in language learning. So all of these are very important, much important than to calculate how many hours. Imagine that you are Chinese learners, but you want to learn, for example, German, French, or Spanish. Without any foundation of English, you will achieve that very slowly because it's an alphabet language. For us, it's more the characters, the Hanzi. For Western learners who wanted to learn Japanese, it's also the different situations. For me, the calculations for how many hours to learn a language or to achieve a high level proficiency is not based on the hours. It's based on your discipline. For example, you put every day 1 hour or 2 hours. It depends your situation. And then within that discipline, you will achieve something, some level that when time goes by. And the second thing is consistency. Consistency is very important because imagine that, for example, today you have worked for 10 hours. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, you put any effort in learning this language. In my opinion and in my experience, that doesn't work. I'm now working on the German, so I set up a plan for myself. That is, each day I put 15 minutes in this language because I am not at the A1 level, but I wanted to have the course on my own with YouTube, with the platform, to learn some basic grammar and the basic words, structure, etc. To build very basic, I would not say the foundation, but the connection, the feeling with this language. I think that's very important at the early stage. Once you achieve a high level proficiency, for example, you have learned 10 years Chinese and you speak it well, you can read, etc. And then for 1 month you didn't practice this language, I don't think that's a big issue, even though you will fumble with some kind of words, but you will not lose it. However, at the very early stage, for me, like for example, 1 month, 50 minutes, second month, 30 minutes, and then third month, 1 hour, 2 hours, to have that accumulation and to improve my connection with this language. Language learning is like the sponge. The more vocabularies you have, the sponge will absorb more vocabularies easily. For example, nowadays when I speak English or I learn French, much easier to memorize and use the words than before, because now I know that I have a very large vocabulary lake. If you put one word into my lake, I could use that and apply it into my daily conversations. That's a thing that I think at the high level proficiency you could get easier within that language. So my opinion is like to just focus on what you want to achieve in the process. What do you want to enjoy? Because each language will bring you to see different pictures, different sceneries. For example, Chinese will bring you to see the Confucius beauty, to see the 10 dynasties points beauty, and probably bring you to know better modern China's how it looks and how modern cities looks like, and the Chinese mindset. This is a very beautiful thing, and I think this is the fruit that you get in learning the language. It's not like to show off that, oh, I can speak this language, and then you pick the language that near to your mother tongue, and then for example, in 1 month, 2 months, you achieve a high level proficiency. Imagine that if you choose the Arabic, it's very difficult at the beginning. Why they are very difficult? Because they are totally different from your own language and your own culture. You cannot observe anything from your imagination. It's beyond your imagination, which means you have to put your old self here and then to push yourself to across the border to go to the unfamiliar world, strange world, exotic world, and then to truly discover your another identity, your another characters, and then you are surprised. Wow, I mean this culture, and I look like this, and I'm surprised. I didn't even know this before, because you don't know, because that culture let you to discover. That's a very interesting and fantastic aspect for learning a language, and that's actually the fruit, and then that's I think the goal and the happiness.